So yeah, that was my deluxes. I had on the other side of that door. I had all the legends down the wall, and then you can tell in the other pictures I've got above the door and just some other things.
You run out of room really quickly that way when you're hanging stuff up like that guarded.
Well, you can.
Well, see that's why I have stopped buying duplicates for Generate. I've stopped. I wanted I wanted them all carded because I love the artwork. I love the figures, but really, with the costs, what they've gone up to versus how much crap I've got total, so I had to stop somewhere.
What?
Don, you have Gal Geiger?
Keep looking. I went on a brave kick in the mid '90s.
Wow.
I got Great Goldoran. I got Super Fire Dag 1.
Yeah, Don's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I have too much stuff.
There are Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
God.
a cat in the sink.
Hey, and I could not make him do that. He did that himself. I do not know why, but believe it or not, Dagwan is my favorite mecha of all the Brave stuff, Chris.
Wow.
But see, Brian's got the love of a good woman and everything, and I've got lots of toys and a cat that tries to kill me.
You want to trade?
It balances out. But I'm not sure if you see that picture there. That's the only holy grail that I really wanted to get was that Blackfire Convoy.
Yeah,
that Grand Max you've got.
Screw that. No, I'm just saying.
Screw that. Screw Grand Max. I got Superfire Convoy.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's the only lucky draw I ever really wanted.
I don't want any lucky draws, so I'm pretty good off there.
Oh, and Chris, if you see the art, that Fortress Maximus artwork, that's the original Dan Kahana sketches that he did.
At his kitchen table, back when he was posting Daltoids Transformers?
No. Well, look at the Fortress Maximus picture. If you've not seen it, that's the one that's in the Genesis 88, the Genesis picture book. That's all the original art he did for the book, but they just used the Fortress Maximus.
I'm such a dick mood today. I'm sorry. Sorry, Don.
That's okay.
Go on Twitter and start your trolling marathon.
Yeah. So I never got Astro Train. I kind of hate that I didn't get Astro Train. I kind of wish I didn't get Octane or Tankor. Sorry. God, what a crappy toy.
And Chris, I'm not sure. Did you see the one with the Gundams and the GoBots?
Yes. I'm up to the Power Ranger stuff now.
Okay, it's like
and I'm very envious because you have Centaurus and Stratus Force. These are figures that I would never able to come across. Don't invite me over.
Well, it's just, again, being older than most everyone here, I was there when the stuff was on the shelf. So, I mean, it's...
Sorry.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. You want to see a 6-foot grown man cry? I'm coming over.
You know what I just ordered? I just ordered that Year of the Snake, or Year of the Horse
Optimus
Prime. Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Now I'm gonna ask you, what does it for you?
It's a masterpiece. And it's gold.
That's a valid point because the Prime figure with the gold trim, I could not get past that. I'm actually okay with the trailer.
I can't.
And
the trailer's nice. The
trailer is nice.
Really nice.
It's funny because one of the people on the NetPR page had indicated that the trailer might speak to where it actually goes when Optimus Prime transformed in G1. You know how it just kind of goes invisible?
Yeah.
I like the Fans Project version. I've got that where the mirror panels swing down on the side.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, I'm hoping. I think I'm gonna try and do a review on that figure because I think I'll get it before most people from where I'm getting it.
Off the back of a truck? That's where most of the
Yes.
YouTube reviewers get it.
Yes, a Taiwanese truck.
Yep, if you are an early bird reviewer on YouTube, you probably get it from a truck. Okay, be
Or
right back.
eBay, maybe.
God, sorry. I need some caffeine to mellow myself down. I'll be right back.
Go get it. Go for it.
Well, I tell you what, Chris, I'm debating on selling off some of my Power Rangers. I'm really trying to force myself to sell off a lot of stuff. So if I do go to the Power Rangers, I'll give you first dibs on this.
Oh,
the Power
please,
Ranger
thank
stuff.
you.
I will.
Like
Again,
literally.
it's just. But it's so hard after collecting for so many years. I'm getting rid of the stuff that I know I won't have any regret over getting rid of. But when it comes to, like, do I keep him?
Oh.
Or do I keep him?
I like the black one.
It's
the
like,
orange
yeah,
one's kind of ugly.
Yeah. But see, the orange one has the matching God Bomber for the
Mhm.
fire guts from the end of Master Force. The Black Nebulon Prime did not come with a matching God Bomber. So, it's just, do I keep the Jewel Lord or do I keep Roadbuster? Roadbuster, obviously.
Yeah, that's hands down on that one.
Yeah, but there are actually some I've got some GoBots that I would keep over several Transformers.
Like who? Because I only know of 3 that anyone in the GoBot Transformer universe that would.
I would probably, like, for example, if I was given a choice between keeping my G1 Superion and my GoBot, I've got the Dinosaur Combiner that was never released in the US.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably keep the Dinosaur Combiner.
Okay, that one, yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah. If I had to keep my G1 Minosaur versus versus, say, Puzzler, probably keep Puzzler.
Oh, wait, you're comparing combiners, basically? Is that what you're doing?
Well,
Sorry.
I'm just saying if I had to pick between the two.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Puzzler, far and away. Now, there's a cult of Puzzler. There are people that will tell you that Puzzler is the greatest combiner ever. No.
It's not. It's
not.
It's okay.
It's fun.
It's okay.
It's fun.
But Superion is that bad.
Well, Superion he's just so floppy.
He's terrible.
He's like Landclaws. He just poses like this.
I've never heard anyone say Landclaws. That's... I totally get that's a perfectly valid way of saying it. I've just never heard anyone say it. That's kind of impressive, honestly. It's like saying Biner Tech. It's like people defaulted to Binal Tech, I guess, because it sounded better. To me, Landcross sounds better than Landclaws. But
I'm just saying it the way they said it in the English in the show.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. And I think that's awesome.
But again, this is back when I was trading Legend Bumblebees for VHS tapes of Master Force.
So I don't know if I will mention this on the show, but I'm going to go ahead and put the camera on me right here. So I got Knockoff Masterpiece Red Alert. It's easily the best knockoff I've ever seen. Easily, it's pretty amazing. $35 shipped.
That is cheap.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, it compares very favorably to... Here's my not knockoff Blue Streak, which is great. And I think there is a noticeable difference between the... to me, there's a noticeable difference. I would say if I handed this to my wife and asked her which one is the knockoff, she wouldn't know. Even after examining it for a couple minutes. It's really nice. I really like it.
Yeah. See, I wasn't going to get Sideswipe and just get Red Alert. and then I found a really good deal on the Sideswipe that I really didn't want to pass up for the price. And then I thought, well, I'll just get the red alert later, and then he vanished, and prices went up through the roof. So I went ahead and got one of the KOs coming as well.
Hey Brian, something else you want to order is I put in the chat because I know you're waiting to order that figure.
Oh God, no.
Would you believe I prefer my original one? The repaint was good, but I just...
Oh, no. I can't believe you prefer that mold. Like, comparing the original mold and original color to this, I prefer neither of them.
I like the original mold.
I prefer
it's not great.
I prefer the $50 I spent on it originally. That's what I prefer.
Yeah, I've got this. I wish I hadn't bought him, but now I will say though, I don't mind those colors on that mold in robot mode. Jet mode, I don't think it would look it would look too good in jet mode, but robot mode looks pretty good.
It's
$30 for that figure.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Okay, so today we are complaining about all of these Legends toys that are scaled up. That's effectively a Legends toy that's scaled up to a Supreme class toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's not exactly, but effectively.
But realistically, even the Voyager, that came with a 2-pack of something.
Vector Prime.
Yes. Even, that it literally has the same transformation.
Yeah, Vector Prime's a pretty crappy toy.
Yeah.
And that was Voyager sized, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think if both weapons had been the same, that would have helped some. To me, it would have helped a lot. Having the matching weapons, it's just it's just, or if they were interchangeable, that you could pull one off and just put one on and do something like that.
Yeah.
So in the chat, they're bashing Spider-Man 2. I'm withholding judgment until I see it, because I never would have thought that. I didn't like the first Spider-Man, not Amazing Spider-Man. I love the first Amazing Spider-Man, but the Tobey Maguire 2002
No, never happened.
The 2002 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is pretty bad. But with that being said, Spider-Man 2, favorite movie ever.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man 2. But after Spider-Man 1, I never would have thought that it would have been good at all. I thought Amazing Spider-Man was great. It's way better. It's the second best Spider-Man movie we've ever gotten. I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw the trailer today, and I got goosebumps because they did so well with the first Amazing Spider-Man.
I thought Amazing Spider-Man was great. I haven't seen the trailer for 2. Is it out?
Yep.
Yeah, it should be on YouTube's front page.
Oh, so yeah, no, Amazing Spider-Man was great.
I'm just so OD'd right now. For some reason, Spider-Man is just not doing anything for me. I just have no desire to see it at all. It's just. I liked the first Tobey Maguire movie. I thought it was a good setup. I liked the second one. Third one I have not seen completely.
I saw it once. Midnight showing. I've just been talking over Don all night. Don, I am sorry. People, I'm in a bad mood, so I'm trying to abuse Don to feel better.
The role of XV tonight will be played by Brian.
You're not really in a bad mood that often.
I don't like being on a different day this week is really throwing me off. And the only reason, that's because we've been doing Wednesdays since like 2011 or 2010. So,
no, you were doing Thursdays for a little bit in between there.
I'm glad somebody knows.
Yep.
Hey Brian, I sent you the link on your Facebook.
Oh, you're awesome! It just popped up on my tablet, so I'm gonna watch it here.
Now, I don't like. I recently upgraded to Explorer 11. It was by accident.
Actually. It's fine as long as your computer will run it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was I thought it was just a basic security upgrade for November that I get for on like the 5th of every month, and I didn't check it, and it wound up being the Explorer 11 upgrade. So it's like 2 hours later, it's like, why is this? Oh, that's why.
You know, I work
Why
PC.
don't you just use Chrome?
Because I don't know. I am not a computer person. I can't. I never have been.
I use Chrome for certain things, Explorer for certain things.
Yeah, I do too, but most of my stuff is done with Chrome.
Yeah, me too.
I got your tail. Yes, I do.
I want those add-ons for Cybertron Grimlock.
My good boy.
They're simple
Taking
yet
headphones off.
effective.
Catch your ears. Catch your ears. I have a kitty cat who is not being paid enough attention, therefore he is trying to get my attention. Oh, let's see. When I was down there, Brian, I picked up a couple of I picked up some Power Ranger stuff. The Super Mega Force stuff is out finally hitting, but Transformers wise, Greensboro and High Point and Thomasville is a complete wasteland.
But you guys are just now getting the Megaforce stuff?
Well, I've got the smallest Toys R Us left in the chain, and they just put theirs out Sunday.
Ooh.
Yeah, they just put.
And what did they have?
The legendary Megazord, the Gokai Morpher, the Saber, and then the swing, the push your legs and swing figures.
Oh yeah, you still got some good stuff coming your way.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I'm not a fan of that line, but.
Yeah. Well, I got it mainly because I don't have Gokai-O, and I really don't want to pay the prices for Gokai-O just to add a Zord to the shelf, kind of. So for $20, I'm happy.
I understand.
Wow, let me show me. Now, what I was thinking about Explorer is for some reason I have to minimize the Skype window because when I go to my run line and go to Explorer, when I tap another window, it doesn't pop up over Skype. So I have to kind of bounce back and forth for some reason.
Hey, Diecast, did you post the link to the show notes?
Oh no, I'll do it right now. Sorry about that.
No worries.
It's in Drive. And I wish Google would stop changing the layout of stuff. When I finally learn where something is at, they go and change it, and I have to hunt for it again.
Oh,
They do that with Google Plus and the Hangout all the time. I mean, everything else is pretty good about staying the same, but Google Hangout and Google Plus are...
That's why I'm always late to the Hangout Diecast, is I'm trying to find the links that I clicked this last time to get to the same spot, and I can never find it.
Well, that sure was a Spider-Man trailer. Wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't awful. I mean, it's pretty.
Cool.
I'm actually very stoked to see what, the full interaction that they'll have with Rhino, especially since he's in that armor-like casing.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you noticed, when Osborn was walking through that hall, they had the glasses with the different tech stuff. They had a set of Vulture Wings, Doc Ock's cybernetic arms, and something else which I could not make out.
My bandwidth on the tablet wasn't working too well.
Oh.
It was running slow, is what I'm trying to say in English.
Gotcha.
So,
It was just choppy.
Are they trying to do the Sinister Six in the second movie?
Let's hope not.
That's, I
That would
think
be-
they're setting it up for that, but it's not going to happen in the second movie.
Okay,
You'll probably have the interaction with. You'll definitely have the interaction with Rhino, Electro, and certain interaction with the Osborns, but you're not going to get the full blown Sinister Six right away.
That would be that's like Batman and Robin with too many villains, or Spider-Man 3 with all the villains they had.
Yeah.
You know, this is how weird my comic book. I would rather see a Spider-Girl movie.
Of course you would, Don.
From the MCU universe.
Of course you
Hell,
would.
I'm hoping we get an A Next movie or a Netflix series or something. Like you know A Next, the MCU version of the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping they'll do like a Batman Beyond kind of.
You just want a movie. What was it? The American Dream. You're grinning. Look at that grin. It's true. It's true.
I like A Next. It's got.
You like the female Captain America.
Well, it was just a really good synergy on that book. I liked it, but I like Tom DeFalco. I like his writing style.
Yeah.
That's something you don't hear from a lot of comic book people. I like Tom DeFalco.
I really like Spider-Girl. Because my name is Mayday Parker. Got every freaking issue. Which was, of course, the point, but still.
Yeah. I need to go see what he's writing about. I'll be right back. Silly boo!
So it's kind of funny. Kind of sad. Makes me sad. I'm looking at our Facebook fan. Oh, I need to post that we're streaming live. Shoot. I'm looking at our Facebook fan page, and it's showing you can set pages to watch. So I've set all the pages that I have any sort of administrative function over. But then I set the Transformers, the actual Transformers fan page. It's showing, oh, hey, it's like, this week we're up 14 fans. This week, this page is up 4 fans. This week, this page is up 2 fans. This week, this page is down 2 fans. The Transformers, this week, this page is up 50,392 fans.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's like, oh, that's more fans than we have on Facebook.
I'm going to go start posting on their page. RFC was great this week. Try and get people to listen to it.
I was a Facebook page that I like was able to jump like 500 fans just this weekend just by sharing. It's like, hey, share our page. I should do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should troll the other pages and try and get more.
Starring Selena Gomez as Spider-Woman. That's awesome. Computron 2. Paladin's right. About a Spider-Girl and Stephanie Brown Batgirl together. Actually, the world doesn't need that. Just Dawn.
Yes.
Don would be waiting in front of the movie theater for like 3 days. People are walking by. What are you waiting for?
They would peel Don's corpse out of that chair like 4 weeks later.
It was a good death.
Yeah. His mustache would be like 4 feet long.
Everyone's walking by. Are you here for Star Wars? Isn't that great that we're going to get to do that again? We're all going to get to pay to see a movie that might be crap. And you're all going to see it. You know you are.
Star Wars?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll see it. I mean, I've never seen a good Star Wars in theaters. Except now I did see A New Hope and Empire.
I saw 3 of those in theaters, and that was my first exposure to them. was when they were in the theaters, like remastered or whatever.
Whoa. The first time you saw Star Wars was during this when the special editions were in theaters.
Yes.
Like in 1997.
Wasn't it earlier than that?
No, I think it was 97.
Yeah, then yes.
How old are you now?
31.
You grew up in Antarctica?
No, I didn't. Star Wars just didn't appeal to me when I was little.
Okay. You were never a child.
No, not really.
I'm
not
sorry.
really. I caught up in my later years.
In my late 20s, early 30s.
Well, no, I did have exposure to it. Transformers, Voltron, that sort of stuff. Mask, anything that was on cable TV or
Star Wars was on cable TV.
Yeah, but that was a movie, and I wasn't gonna sit through a 2-hour movie when I was little, especially if I didn't know what it was and it wasn't a cartoon.
Let's see when Don first saw Star Wars. I'm curious. It'll be 77.
I mean, I kind of bounced around when I was a little kid, from house to house, and I didn't really have anyone to say, like, you know, watch Star Wars. This is great. Like, I guess a lot of people have, like, they become geeks because their dads are geeks or something like that. I was never.
Yeah, that was the same thing with me. I didn't have that geek running in the family.
My dad was in his. My dad, when I was 10, my dad was 60. So I had a lot of alone time. So that's why I became a geek. Hey, so Don. When did you first see Star Wars?
In the theaters in 1977.
Okay, you know when Diecast first saw it?
When?
Special edition in the theaters. Yes, that's what I said. Yes. So to him, Greedo shot first.
That's true.
Then he's wrong.
Yes, God Almighty, thank you.
No, oh my God, that's so sad. That is just. And I bet you think David Tennant is the third Doctor too.
Wow!
I've never seen Doctor Who.
And that's another reason you're wrong.
Never seen.
No. In all fairness, I don't watch Doctor Who either.
I don't watch it, but I've seen it.
I know of it. I haven't seen anything Doctor Who related except whatever comes across my Facebook feed.
Oh, my doctor is Tom Baker. That's the Doctor that I watched.
After Bob Ross and before Justin Wilson on PBS. That's what he was. PBS used to show a 2-hour block. You had Painting with Bob Ross at 1:30, 2 hours of Doctor Who, and then Cooking with Justin Wilson at 4.
I remember it.
Wow.
When was Red Dwarf on? Was that like at late at night? With Star Hustlers?
Well, I did not like Red Dwarf, but I did stay up to midnight to watch Blake 7.
But did you watch Star Hustlers?
Yes. Jack Horkheimer.
Jack
Star
Horkheimer
Hustler.
with his members-only jacket?
Yes. Walking down the little rainbow path.
Mm-hmm.
There you go for you Doctor Who fans.
I'm so surprised that you actually remember Horkheimer's name. That's awesome.
No, because actually I read an article on him a couple of months ago talking about what he had done and how he had to change the name of the show from Star Hustler
To start. Go ahead.
because if people researched it, another hustler came up. So I'm waiting for Diecast to catch that because he's too young to remember.
Oh, I was looking at what Chris putting a link, so
Okay.
I was tuned out for a second.
Okay, so it's 8:30. We have complaints. Let's start.
So what? We have movie sign.
I don't get that reference.
MST3K.
Okay. Sorry. Actually, I should probably load up the show notes, shouldn't I? Can't do the show without that.
Well, you could. It would just be
It's like,
rough.
Don, Diecast, tell me what's going on.
Well, 16 years ago today.
Okay. I could read it on my tablet. I've got a new one. And I don't want that.
What kind of tablet did you get?
I got the Dell Venue 8 Pro.
Okay.
Windows tablet.
Yeah.
Oh, how you like
That comes
that?
with a free version of Office. And it's
Yeah.
just a key in the box, right?
Yeah. It is. So, well, the
No.
tablet's free.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
You got a free tablet.
That's
You
awesome. Don is Don. I love
Yeah, I just
Symmetry.
came off dial-up 3 years. I just came off dial-up 3 years ago. I don't need to.
Get to Nexus 7. You'll be happy you did. Actually, I'm gonna start.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start the actual intro of the show. Okay, good on how's it going? That FYI, just letting you know. But
In
you know,
my Star Wars, he did.
but I love that. But what
Well,
Diecast?
isn't that cute? But
Diecast
it's wrong.
Diecast does have Smart Robin though.
Yes, damn him.
Yeah, I haven't gotten mine yet. Do you like it?
Show him.
It
Show the
Oh,
world how
yeah.
awesome that thing is.
It came
Look at that.
literally,
Look at that.
I don't know, a half hour
Beautiful.
ago. So I've transformed him one time, and he's really nice.
You know,
I mean, like I said, for this price point, you really can't beat these figures right now.
that's pretty amazing, honestly. Just the look of it. It's like dead on to what I would want it to be.
And what it
Minus
looks
the
like
missing
that
faceplate.
Yeah, and it looks like from Mindwipe when he's in bat mode, Vorath is going to ride in a coffin.
In a coffin?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. On some people are saying they've seen some pictures. I've not seen them yet myself, where part of the leg unfolds, and the place where he rides instead of in the chest is in a coffin-like shape, like compartment.
That's neat and weird. Can't wait to see
A
it.
little bit of both.
So, on the show this week, we have Q&A with Rob Springer, comic news. And I believe the guys are reviewing More Than Meets the Eye, 24. Also, Amy has the latest news for us. We have Transformers Rewind, which is Grimlock's new brain. But let's start things off this week with This Week in History. So, 16 years ago, I don't know if anyone else played this when it came out. I didn't. But Beast Wars for the Sony PlayStation came out in 1997. 1997. Who else played this? Do you like it, Don?
I vaguely remember playing it.
It's not. It's not. No. It's no.
And
That's
that's
what I
probably
heard.
why I vaguely
It's not
remember
E.T.
playing it.
It's not E.T.
No, but it sure does have PlayStation-y graphics. Yeah, the PlayStation graphics, they have a distinctive look. Not as distinctive as, say, the N64, but just the lack of 1 polygons. I think it pushed like 30,000 polygons a second, something ridiculously low. And of course, it was 96 when 95 when the console came out originally. And the fact that this game doesn't seem to have that many textures. I mean, it does really look like a PlayStation game. But I remember liking it. I rented it. I didn't buy it. I ended up buying JD's copy years later. But not a great game.
I had fun for a while, and then the frustration level just kind of negated, any fun I was getting out of the game because I couldn't get anywhere in it. Yes.
Not a great game.
I had the PlayStation 2 version. I never had an N64, so I never got a chance to play that version.
So the PlayStation and N64, there were two different versions. And was there a special character or something that came on the N64 version?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to remember. Say it was Cataclysm.
I don't remember.
A Windraiser was the alternative for Silverbolt on the PS2 version. So
PS1. PS1.
Oh, sorry, PS1. Sorry. So I want to say the N64 version was Cataclysm, the Cheetor reskinned.
Yeah, I think that's right. But yeah, not a great game, but a decent game, and the fact that it came out on both consoles, pretty cool. But you had to rent the N64 version; it wasn't actually available for sale at retail. So
that is strange.
That happened. The other game that happened too was Final Fight Guy for the SNES. That game, if you want, so this isn't new Soundwave. This isn't old Soundwave, but or video game podcast, sort of the same show. But yeah, so there was Hagar and Cody and Guy on Final Fight in the arcade. The SNES version, original version, came out with Hagar and Cody. Guy was left out because of memory constraints. So a couple years later, they released it as a rental-only version featuring just Hagar and Guy. Cody was left out because they used the same amount of memory. There you go. Yeah, so let's jump to the news. So the 2014 Deluxe Wave 1 of Generations has shown up at Target. So if you want Waspinator, Goldfire, Bumblebee, or Dreadwing, or I guess Skids is in that wave too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
They are at retail. Anybody see these yet?
I have not. A lot of the pictures that I see are coming from Ohio, the Ohio area. So I'm guessing if you guys are out that way, keep an eye out. But as far as here in North Carolina, nothing.
Yeah. Woo, North Carolina. Sorry.
It's crazy how these kind of show up, in stores sometimes first, and sometimes, a Big Bad Toy Store will get them first, because I have these pre-ordered at Big Bad Toy Store. I'm like, if they're in stores, why are they not at my house now from Big Bad Toy Store? But obviously, Hasbro must have put a priority to getting them to the stores because of the Christmas season. That's the only thing I can think of.
It's all logistics. It's hard to tell.
These.
I don't know. I would say it's all logistics. I say Hasbro's getting it to whoever they can get it to sell it. That's my guess.
Well, yeah. The weird thing is, I'm not sure if anyone. Again, it's all based on regions and everything. All the Walmarts are pretty much completely devoid of any generations other than a hoist, a trail breaker, trail cutter, several Optimus Primes from Fall of Cybertron, and that's it.
Deluxe. Deluxe. Because
Deluxe.
almost every single one I go to has generations in stock.
Yeah, but
as far as
I mean, I've seen Sandstorm and Springer all recently, like every Walmart I've gone to.
Yeah, and with that remix wave, there's Grimlocks out in the wild.
True.
But I'm just saying, but the general deluxes, other than Beast Hunters, they're empty except for the Hoist, Trail Cutters, and the Primes. That's all that I'm seeing locally here. And it's just
that's interesting because, as far as here in Charlotte, Walmart, I'm only seeing the old generation stuff, and mostly Beast Hunters. Target is the one that pretty much seems to keep plenty of stock of that first wave of the generation IDW stuff, the Thundercracker, Orion packs, Megatron, and then of course I'm seeing a lot more Blitzwing, Springers, Sandstorm, and now I'm actually starting to see more Sound Blasters and Grimlocks pop back up as well.
Oh, I don't think I've seen Sound Blaster.
Yeah,
and keep in mind that's just the targets that I visited.
Is that part of the same wave done?
Yeah, it's the Sound Blaster replaced the Sound Wave with the it's one Sands. One, I can't remember if it's Blitzwing or Sandstorm or Springer, and then you got Grimlock, Blaster, and Sound Blaster. At least that's what I've seen in the cases. But Chris, have you seen the 2 packs that was supposed to be at Walmart for over the holiday weekend?
I have not here, but I'm seeing a lot of pictures in the interwebs. A lot of people have found in those 2 packs, but as far as Charlotte, nothing.
I got a Prowl at Walgreens for
really?
$7.50 during their sale. Yeah, I was able. A friend of mine told me that that's where he had found the black eagle bow version of Bumblebee, and I went and checked my local Walgreens, and I got the one Prowl they had that was $7.50 with your Walgreens card.
Wow.
But the
I'm
2
going
packs,
to Walgreens tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to do the same.
But the 2 packs was a much better deal because you got the pictures was Prowl and Bulkhead.
Yep.
For $9.96.
Wow.
Crystal like this because I picked up that 2-pack and I'm like, I needed an extra bulkhead to customize anyway for the not Sharkticon that we got from Sharkticon. So I needed an extra one of that wave anyway.
Well, remember last year or year before last, we actually got the Spastic Power Core Combiner.
Can't say that. I'm kidding. You can. Sorry.
But that was the only way really, because that set was not available at regular retail, and then it shows up in the Walmart 2-pack with the other Power Core Combiner sets, which is the odd way of getting rid of the tail end pieces, but the only way to get those too.
Cool. So let's go ahead and jump to the next item, and it's almost not fair, but I'm going to say it anyway. So we get first looks at the Age of Extinction, Bumblebee, Hound, and Strafe, and my God, are they terrible? But they are also not the standard figure. They're like the power attackers, which they're not. Are they the auto transforming toys or
Fast action brawl?
Yeah.
Was that the auto transform ones? Yeah, it looks pretty terrible.
These aren't the auto transforming ones. They're kind of like the oh my goodness, the Cyberverse.
They're pretty bad though. I think we can agree on that. Though, yeah.
He's in instruction sheets actually make it look like you have to put on the Autobot emblem. So I'm wondering if it's going to come with like a sticker.
Oh, that would be cool, sort of.
And the other thing that interesting about the Bumblebees is if you look at the taillights now, instead of the two separate taillights that they used to have on the original, it's now one solid taillight. And I think the reason GM did that is because everyone was complaining the new Corvette has the separate taillights, and they're kind of squared, similar to the Camaro, but not exactly the same. So instead of changing the Corvette, since it was a new production vehicle and they already had the design down, they modified the Camaro and changed the lights on that so it wouldn't be so much like the Corvette now.
That's cool. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, obviously the Camaro is pretty awesome, but if you own a Corvette, you don't really want a Corvette to look like a Camaro.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. Is everyone familiar with Transformers Cloud? So, is it a web-based series?
I don't really know.
I saw that and I was thinking another odd Japanese exclusive is just what I thought of, but just
Yeah.
away.
But so we have some news of some new characters that we've seen or will see, including Rodimus, Ironhide, and Starscream. But we actually have a mock-up. I'm assuming it's a Digibash, but it may not be. I mean, it could be a sample of Cloud Hot Rodimus, which is based on the Springer mold. And oh my God, is this causing debate on the internet? It's like you either like it or you hate it. I like it.
I don't really like it that much. The legs just still bother me. They're a little bit too long for the figure. It was okay on Springer. I really don't like it on Rodimus. But also about this, it looks like all their designs are very classic-esque. Because they even, if you look at Rodimus in the background, he even has Blaster, which looks a lot like the classic Blaster that we've had. So it's almost like they're trying to make this to fit in with those figures.
I'm certain it is. I mean, they may not make all the figures for this, or they may just bring a figure out that we've already had. But I mean, it only makes sense that they would do that. Why, of course, they are repainting Hot Rodimus from Springer, I don't know why they would actually need to reuse that character. If they did, I mean, we did just get another use of that mold a couple years ago, so the mold isn't completely degraded. So,
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, I like the way the robot mode looks interesting. I mean that and the vehicle mode I can see. It's just the helicopter mode.
Yeah.
And Rodimus just is the odd thing.
Yeah.
So
why does it need to be a helicopter?
Well, I mean, so Chris, how long have you been collecting Transformers, like, seriously?
Ooh, seriously? At least going on 20 plus years.
Okay, so Don, you, Topher, and I all had the experience of being in a drought period when there wasn't a lot going on, and occasionally you would get an homage. Typically, it would be a repaint. Thinking back to like Energon Megatron. He's not Galvatron, but he certainly looks like Galvatron. This is kind of but since then things have like exploded, and we get new characters that we never thought we would get. I mean, for example, whatever that Waspinator that's coming out. There's all sorts of examples of these obscure characters getting new molds. This is kind of a throwback to the crazy kind of stuff that we would used to get when we would get a character we really wanted based on a less than ideal mold. Or think like a lot of BotCon stuff. So, I know in that light, which is kind of a crappy light to look at it in, I kind of like it. But then again, I kind of feel shortchanged. But we got a perfectly not terrible Hot Rod a couple years ago, or God, 6 or 7 years ago now. I'm fine with not getting a new one.
Yeah.
Not counting Masterpiece. Yeah. Sorry, forgot about Masterpiece.
It's almost like they needed a case filler, or they needed that. They had an upcoming use of that mold for something else, and they decided to make something else while they had it on the line.
Repaints, retools are cost savings too. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not completely against this. I'm on the fence. I know in this case, a lot of people are there. Is the John Cena reaction? You love it, you hate it. For those that don't know, I'm a big wrestling fan. But the car mode is nice. I think maybe add a couple of more flames to it, and I could really justify it. The helicopter mode, if I get it, is probably never going to see it.
You could bypass that with minimal loss.
Yeah. And I mean, looking at the robot mode, to Diecast's point, the legs do look a bit too long for that figure, but you can get you a decent figure to put right in front of it.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I do that on my shelf. But yeah, it's not ideal by any stretch, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. The robot...
No, certainly not the worst.
The upper body of the vehicle mode robot mode looks fine. The car mode looks fine. The helicopter mode is a little weird, but you know what? Transformers in fiction, they can change form. It happens. I mean, look at all the different forms of Optimus Prime or Bumblebee. I mean, why couldn't Rodimus have a helicopter mode?
Agreed. But I think what ends up happening is because everyone is just so hung up on the nostalgia. That's not my Rodimus. That's not my Optimus.
It's not supposed to be.
Yeah. That's true.
This is.
That could be some kid's very first Rodimus, and in 20
exactly.
years, like Greedo shooting first.
And we come full circle.
I would say if we have good fiction to go with it, then you have a connection to the character, and the toy will make more sense. That's why right now
it's a Japanese filler line. Yeah, there's not going to be good fiction.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of like Ultra Mammoth.
Oh yes.
Just reading about how Ultra Magnus became Ultra Mammoth makes it more than just another big convoy repaint. It makes it a really unique place in the history now.
Love it. Okay.
And it's also Ultra Mammoth.
I love it. It's just so fun to say. Actually, speaking of not being like my favorite version of Rodimus, what certainly isn't my favorite version of Starscream is that what was it, Energon? Was it Energon or Cybertron? Starscream.
Cybertron.
It came out so many years ago. So I was in the pre-show. We were talking about it, and now we're complaining about how we have all these Legends class toys that are being scaled up to like Deluxe and Voyager. This is effectively, it's not exactly, but it's effectively, when this came out, a Legend style toy scaled up to Supreme class. And my God, is it still terrible?
It and Supreme Cheetor are kind of molds I wish that I had not purchased.
And Night Scream. Did you skip Night Scream?
He's in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think this mold is that bad, but
The mold itself is not bad.
It's okay, but for the year of the horse prices.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you look at the price of this right now, and I'm going off, one website is $130. The MP10 year of the horse is $165. That's a big difference between these two figures.
It's $165.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that. That's not bad at all.
No, and for him to be 130, how do you justify 130 for him if MPO10?
The amount of plastic in it. The amount of plastic in it. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, when you compare it to MP10, this is not a good toy by any means.
No.
And if you go to eBay, I'm on eBay looking at eBay right now. There's one loose and complete for $40. There's one in the box for $100 and free shipping, and those colors do look a lot better in jet mode if you're not looking through it with nostalgic glasses. So I mean, if you want that mold, you can get it a lot cheaper than that in potentially better colors.
Yeah, not actually. So I bought this toy when it first came out, and the best thing I ever did with it was sell it.
I should have. Mine's in the to sale pile. There's something about him that keeps me from putting it up. I don't know why. It's just...
I broke even on it. I'm very thankful.
I have him on proud display right now. Right now, he's actually holding up my Constructabot Soundwave.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad toy. I would definitely display him if I had him. Mine actually melted in my attic because he got so hot. The rubber feet on it just totally twisted, and he was melty, and had to get rid of stuff anyway, and I threw him out. But I would actually pick up another one if I could get it for a decent price.
If I was going to get any figure in that size class, which admittedly there's not that many of, but if I was going to drop the money for a larger figure, I'd get Primus over this figure any day of the week.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're comparing the two, then you certainly, I have them both and love them both.
I would get Omega Supreme or the Omega Sentinel or Unicron before I would get those personally. But that's just me. Hey, actually, if you have $550 to blow and you want to buy a Transformer that doesn't transform, there is that gigantic Scorponok Titan class action figure coming out that we saw from, it was some toy show. It was at Japan.
Yeah.
I have to say, frankly, I don't hate it. I kind of like it, and if it wasn't $550, I would buy it.
Oh yes, I mean it was like Paladin said when the picture first came out. It's basically Action Master Scorponok.
Yes.
It looks gorgeous, but ow.
Yeah.
Even if it transformed at $550,
okay,
I don't think I would buy it.
I will be honest. If it transformed, and with it being pretty much in scale with Fortress, Grand, and Brave Maximus, I would be a lot more tempted to find a way to get it if it did transform.
And you guys basically spent the same amount of money for Hercules.
If you stop and think about it, and the thing of this, Scorponok is not that involved of a transformation.
He lays down.
Yeah.
The tail comes off the back, the feet fold over on the top of the legs, the claws turn up, and there's a few little small pieces that are rearranged. I don't see how. Okay, no engineering degree aside, I can't see adding those few hinges to this figure, making it that much more. As simple as a transformation is.
I agree. So I don't know. It's still. I want to see it painted. I'm curious what it's going to look like. I will never own it.
I love the dual faces. I love the choice of faces there.
Looks nice, but for 500 plus, not happening. Not appearing on my shelf. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe someday. So
no day for this guy.
So, last item in the not third-party news, Transformers 4 Age of Extinction is the first 3D movie captured in full IMAX. That'll be interesting. I enjoy seeing movies in IMAX. I enjoy seeing some 3D movies. I really like the 3D in Dark of the Moon.
Yeah, that was actually my first experience with 3D. I never went to 3D because I wasn't sure how as bad as my eyes are, how I would react to it, or if I could even see it. So I finally decided to pay the extra money on Dark of the Moon. And you're right, Brian. The 3D on that is just...
It's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all.
So I'm excited about this. So I will definitely see that in IMAX when it comes out.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to go to a real IMAX to see it, which is going to be... I mean, I have one that's probably about 20-25 minutes from me, but I'm definitely going to have to go there to see this.
So, in the third-party roundup news and the totally redundant department, we are getting a new third-party, not Metroplex. I don't get this. I mean, I mean, I don't know if they knew that we got that Titan class figure earlier this year. I mean, it's like, why? I mean, certainly this is more G1.
I hope it's more G1 size too, because it don't go big, don't go into that. Obviously, you can't afford to put a figure out
as big as that one.
Exactly. So make this G1 size if it's going to be G1-esque. And, you know, I mean, it's got the updated face and stuff like that, so it's not totally G1. It's more of a classics.
I mean, it does look good. I like it.
If this were G1 sized and maybe a head taller, so that it was as tall as Triptychon, I could see going for that a little more. The G1 size figure, I'm looking at him right now. He is one of my all-time favorite Transformers, period. But I don't really need this. Now, if this came out in Metro Titan colors, which it probably will, I would have a hard time not buying that.
Maybe that's why they're doing it, is so they can do the Metro Titan recolor, and it is very classics looking. And there are people, and that would fill a definite hole on a lot of people's shelves.
And I think this Metroplex looks a lot better than the Metroplex, the Titan Metroplex that we got. I mean, I like it. I like the Titan Metroplex for the size and the price. You can't beat it, but I mean, this is definitely a nice figure too. Well,
Titan Metroplex is basically a Cyberverse playset.
Yeah, that's what I always say.
And it's really not meant to be your classics Metroplex.
It's meant well enough, and Hasbro wants you to buy it, so they want you to buy that as your classics Metroplex.
I'll be honest,
it was great marketing for them to incorporate those Cyberverse figures, because that's actually what got me into collecting the Cyberverse stuff. Because as soon as I found out that the Titan class Metroplex was coming out, I said, "Ooh, now I need something to go with it."
Yeah, and I mean, it comes in the Generations box. As far as Hasbro is concerned, it is the Classics Metroplex, and it's a darn good, attempt at a Master Classics Metroplex. And this Metroplex, this not Metroplex, doesn't look like a Classics Metroplex. It looks like a third-party Metroplex. Third-party figures aren't detailed like Classics figures are for the most part.
Well, you know what? This actually looks more like the Metroplex out of the comic. I want to say out of IDW.
Yeah, but the third-party figures, they usually throw in extra detail, which is really ultimately unnecessary to the toy, just for the sake of doing it. I mean, there's less abstraction involved than there is with other figures, with official figures. And it looks nice, but it definitely looks third-party and not official. So I do want to see it in person. I am kind of interested in it, especially around the lower part of the body. I'd like to see how they're able to, for a toy, assuming it's the same size as G1 Metroplex, I'd like to see how they manage the feet and have those swivel, because it looks like they're pretty articulated.
Definitely something we need to follow individually as far as our and for the news, but I think someone looking at the comments below it, someone raised a good point on the comments on T-Formers. Make a Triptychon. That's what people are wanting now is your Triptychons. So. Yeah.
I agree. Let's see here. Next up, iGear PP05D Defense Specialist, which is the second release of the not Ratchet figure. This one comes with, I think it's an option. I don't think it's it's a secondary head. It comes with a first aid head. It doesn't really look like first aid to me.
That head is horrible.
I don't think the head's horrible. I think the head's great. Well, the head is very G1 action figure. It looks like it looks like a Scramble City head, which is exactly what it's supposed to be. I'm fine with the head. Just the body, it's not first aid. It's kind of Ratchet.
I have the same problem with this figure like I do the Metroplex. The whole torso is just red.
Yes.
A solid swath of red right through there. On Ironhide, it's to be expected.
Yeah.
He's got some black to break it up, but that's his base body paint. That is just...
Even as not Ratchet, it's still, the body doesn't look quite right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad, but just not quite right.
Not great.
Yeah, it's...
And that's what I'm saying about these figures. This is something that we will see in a masterpiece because it's so easy to repaint into so many characters. This has to be on their short list of masterpiece figures. So I'm going to wait for that because it's going to be nicer than anything that iGear puts out.
Yeah. I mean, it was like you asked me in the pre-show, why I went ahead and got the iGear non-Ironhide. And like I said, I've been looking at it for several months, and now that I've got the Prime, the MP10, I kind of wanted an Ironhide to go with it. And I just don't know with Takara how long it's going to take for them to get there. Because we have three masterpieces to go through, not even counting Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
So we're looking, unless they play schedule to shuffle the schedule. I don't think we will see an Ironhide or a Ratchet until late next year or 2015. And
wait! You don't think we'll see Ironhide or Ratchet until next year or 2015?
Well,
my guess would be if we're going to see them, 2019, 2020.
Whoa!
Yeah.
No, let's wait. that doesn't qualify for my short list for what they have going on.
I'm just saying, we have Wheeljack and Bumblebee that we have not seen anything on of yet that I know of. We have G2 Sideswipe, and we have Ultra Magnus after that.
There's nothing saying that they're going to stick to this 84-85 stuff, because there are lots of other figures that people want to see before seeing Ratchet and Ironhide.
And G2, G2 Sideswipe. They may do other
Master
characters.
Force, Victory, Headmasters, Beast Wars. I would say I would say people want to see a Dire Atlas before they want to see a Ratchet or Ironhide, at least in Japan.
I would bet money that we'll see Ratchet or Ironhide before we see anything that's like Beast Wars era or anything like that.
We'll see.
And
what about the Japanese though?
It's for them.
Star Saber,
it's coming out there. Not
Star Saber.
No, not including Star Saber.
Yeah, if Star Saber was the winner, and that is being considered for a masterpiece, that's another one in the potential pile as well.
Yeah, Jinrai, God Jinrai. More Dinobots, Galvatron.
Guys, I'm betting that entire list that everybody voted on. I bet that is their short list of looking at characters. That's on someone's list. It's a car.
I agree. I 110% agree.
I
you'll probably see a release in.
Go
ahead, Doc.
Of should we, rather than that's their short list.
But before they get to these other figures, I want Mirage. You can do whatever, but I want a Mirage before you leave this line.
I kind of want Trailbreaker and Hoist.
I would be fine with that. But I want a Mirage. So Mastermind Creations, they are following up their it was Hexatron, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
With an homage to Quick Switch. So
Any G1 toy needed an update. Dear God, it's Quick Switch.
Yeah. And it looks pretty nice. I'd like to see the other modes. But it is pretty nice. So how much of a retool is this?
Oh, this is a completely new figure, I think, Brian.
Is it?
Yes, I think this.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So why would they? Why would they actually go ahead and not retool Hexatron?
Well, see, there's the size difference between making a Quick Switch as big as Six Shot would kind of throw off the whole scale thing if you're trying to keep to what the G1 scales were, and also that there are recolors possible of Hexatron with Shadow Maru and possibly Great Shot.
Yeah.
So if they've got those in the works, they can't do any retooling until those are done. And this you can also recolor into 6-9.
It just seems to me that it would be much easier to repaint or retool Hexatron for the value they're getting out of this, because there's a difference between Six Shot and how much that mold would sell and Quick Switch. So an entirely new mold that's dedicated to Quick Switch doesn't seem like it's very profitable to me.
Well, also you can also recolor this into 6-9, and 6-9 is one of the hardest and most expensive Japanese exclusives to get.
Yeah. So
there'll be a lot of people. This will be the only way, like that Nova Lord. Even at $325, $350, that's still cheaper than a G1 Overlord.
Yeah.
This could be a cheaper way of people to get a 6-9.
Is it just me, or does that look a lot like Brainstorm? It
looks a lot like Brainstorm, yes.
The colors and everything.
It looks dead on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find if I can see Brainstorm on a shelf real quick, and I'll compare it. But
yeah, Very spot on.
Even
I don't see it. It's nice. I want it. I should have mine next week. So. Let's see here. Oh God. Okay, so Diecast put this in the notes today. I didn't see this. X-Transbot. They're doing a not wheelie.
I love it.
Named Ollie.
Now, isn't this their second wheelie? There was a diecast metal wheelie done about 2 years ago.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know there was one.
Yeah, this is the second one. Unfortunately, don't ask me why I know that.
So my problem with this is that it's not part of the iGear Mini Warrior line, because I have the rest of those that I don't have on the way, with the exception of pipes. I don't have tubes. I don't have tubes. I need to get tubes. God, but yeah. So I'm getting Bushwhacker and Cogs. And if this fit in with those, that would be perfect. But I think this is going to be a little too big.
Is this going to be I think this is going to be more masterpiece size, right?
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's the article doesn't really give a size.
No, it shows it. One of the photos I saw it next to the Knot Huffer, and the Knot Huffer is sort of masterpiece scale, but it was shorter than Knot Huffer, and Knot Huffer is shorter than the masterpiece figure. So this might actually fit in with the iGear line. Actually, now that I think about it,
Brad, you just talked yourself into it.
As long as it's $40 or less,
and it needs a slingshot.
It does
Where's
need a
the
slingshot.
It's Wheelie.
Yeah, but how is he going to wield a Harrier jet?
Yeah, it's Frank Welker's best role ever, basically. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'll buy that, maybe. Just depends on the price. Actually, let's see if does Big Bad or TF Source have it up for pre-order yet?
I don't think so. X-Transbot, Ollie.
No. So I'll check and see how much that's going for. Is there a third party not Retgar yet, or a decent one?
Well, there's those add-on kits.
Yeah, I like a full-on Retgar. Not that we need it, because we got a perfectly decent Retgar in Generations.
Yeah.
That's all I've seen is the add-on kits, Brian. I haven't seen anything else.
Okay, let's go ahead and jump to comic news. After that, we'll go to Q&A with Rob Springer, and after that, we will have Grimlock's New Brain. We'll be back right after this. Okay. Sorry, I'm about to lose my voice. Need more beverage. Go ahead.
Oh no, that not for some reason that not quick switch has really got my attention, because I bought a loose 6 from Hydra, no weapons or nothing. I got a real good deal on it, but that quick switch mold, the original mold, just is in dire need of something, and that looks pretty good. That may be something to consider.
Cool. So,
I'm also hoping they
probably wrap it up pretty quick. I've got to make a. And is that how close?
That's correct.
And is that when do you figure you'll have an episode of that?
Yes.
So, Topher, you are on Nebulan Pirate Radio, which is the other Transformers podcast that we have at tfradio.net. But you're also working on another project.
Yep. earlier, most for those that don't know, I'm a big die-hard wrestling fan. Grew up almost as long as I've been into Transformers. The two have always gone hand in hand with me. Yep, we're looking to actually get the first show going for the beginning of the new year. That's a big time for wrestling, especially for Road to WrestleMania, starting with their big comeback that time of year.
So we don't have a Twitter account or a URL or anything up yet, but if people want to give feedback on what they want to hear about, they can email me at contact@tfradio.net. And we're just kind of curious, for those of you out there who like wrestling, what would you want to hear? Would you want to hear us talk more about of older stuff? What kind of feedback are you looking for, Chris?
Pretty much is exactly that. What's gonna tickle your fancy? Do you want to just talk about week in wrestling? Really, the nostalgia stuff for a lot of wrestling fans. The Monday Night Wars, even older stuff. Let us know. We want your feedback. You know, this is a show for you guys, and we just enjoy talking about wrestling. The cast that we have put together, we can literally talk.
You can find, including Nebula Pirate Radio, the Turtle Lair podcast, which is brand new, which Topher is not on that, but and Bob Saget and Ninja Dave from Nebula Pirate Radio, they are on that show. Net that at facebook.com TF Radio, and please if you like,
I'm always
slash Brian Kilby. Guys, thank you very much for live shows this month. Yeah, 2 more, and after that we're going to take a couple of weeks off the live show. We will still have a show, just not live. We'll have some new content, maybe a couple best of, but for anybody's actually going to watch the show on Christmas. But if you do want to watch live, it'll be I had to work yesterday. And join the chat. Have a great crew. All of the guys there are fantastic. And girls are fantastic. Which you can actually subscribe at YouTube Video Network. It's kind of a damn long URL. But for the guys, I'm Brian Kilby. See you later. Have a good one.
Take care, guys.
sound off.
Awesome. Snap into a winch. Turn it thing. Not King of the Ring. Sorry,
Well, here's
Survivor
news.
King of the Ring, and actually they got rid of King of the Ring, didn't they? They don't.
No,
do
King of the Ring. they got rid of King of the Ring, but King of the Ring had the tournament.
Yeah,
tournament.
But there was the Survivor Series, and Survivor Series wasn't a tournament. They had the Survivor Series matches, which were awesome, but they no longer have the Survivor Series matches.
It is a watered-down version of itself.
Yeah.
But here's some interesting news and possibly some hope. Apparently, Stephanie is no longer in charge of creative. Triple H now is Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
So they fired the daughter for her husband.
No, they didn't.
Not fire.
They didn't fire her.
Off the creative job.
Right, and they moved her into a new role. So that's been a big problem that WWE has been suffering from, is the lack of creativity plus the huge inconsistency.
Yes, it's definitely been inconsistent. Maybe they'll put the belt on what's his name?
Brian?
Yeah. I guess it's too late for that. The heat's dead.
I don't think so. I think it'll kick back up around Rumble time, because right now with them unifying the belts between John Cena and Randy Orton, I think that's kind of the setup for that. I think that would make more sense, and that's truly what's best for business.
Yeah, I'd like to see Daniel Bryan with the belt. I really like him. Hey, so, guys, I'm going to have to go. I got to make a phone call and do a couple of things here. So, I may join the Hangout. Is there going to be a Hangout?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So, people watching live, we'll see you next week.
See you, Brian.
Later.
And
See you, bud.
Take care, Brian.